This one between Cuba and Puerto Rico, a Group A matchup. Earlier on today, it was the Virgin Islands over Costa Rica, 75-68. And just a little bit ago, Dominican Republic defeated Mexico, 82-69. Moments away from tip-off. There you get a look at our game officials. Cristiano Morano from Brazil, Mauricio Chinchilla from Costa Rica, and Michael Weiland from Canada.
Preceding this game, Craig, it's a lot of basketball news going on in the basketball world.
Sure is. Derrick Rose traded from the Chicago Bulls to the New York Knicks. Can't imagine a trade between the Bulls and the Knicks happening back in the 80s or 90s.
It was like forbidden.
Yeah. There you get a look at the full roster for Team Cuba and head coach Daniel Scott. There's a look at the starters. At guard, Osmel Oliva. The forwards, Jordanes Haka and William Granda. And Johan Luis at center, along with Javier Justiz. Javier Justiz at 6'11". They're now the full lineup for Puerto Rico. They were buoyed last night by Ramon Clemente. He had a tremendous game. J.J. Barea came to life as well, the two veterans for Team Puerto Rico, and head coach Eddie Caisano Jr. And there you get a look at the particulars on Peter Ramos, 7'3", 222 centimeters.
The beast.
And he is one mass of humanity. And a look at the starters for Puerto Rico. Barea at guard, Vasallo Sanchez and Ronaldo Balkman at forward, and Peter Ramos the center. Kind of a funny picture there of Ronaldo Balkman. He looked twice the size of Peter Ramos. I can assure you he's not. There's the head coach for Cuba, Daniel Scott.
I anticipate this game tonight, Barea might have to play a little longer than he did yesterday. A lot of the starters went to the bench early yesterday because they had the game under control. However, they're playing a pretty good Cuba team. You have guys in the starting lineup like Granda who can fill the basket up and make plays on the court. So Puerto Rico is definitely going to have their hands full.
There's a look at Eddie Caisano Jr. And we are moments away from tip-off. So glad you can be with us alongside Louis Shine. I'm Craig Feda. We've got one more for you here tonight coming up at 8 o'clock local time. It is Panama and Nicaragua.
Por el equipo de Cuba iniciarán con el número 00 Javier Justiz, número 2 Jordani Haka, con el número 5 Osmel Oliva y con el número 54 Johan Luis y su capitán con el número 10 William Granda. Por Puerto Rico con el número 8 Ángel Vasallo Colón, número 11 Ricky Sánchez, con el número 13 Reinaldo Palma, con el número 36 Peter John Ramos y su capitán con el número 5, José Juan J.J. Barea.
Once again, welcome in. Just moments away from getting started. 2016 Centrobasket Championship Tournament. Live from Roberto Duran Arena in Panama City. Fourth day of group play. And it's going to be Ramos jumping against Justiz. Ball's in the air, and Justiz wins the tip. Goes out of bounds. And it'll be Cuba ball. Granda to Oliva. Back to Granda. Now Justiz up high. He launches the quick three. That's no good, and here comes Barea. Up the right side on Oliva. Barea driving baseline, cut off nicely by Oliva. Barea kicks it into the corner. Three on the way, no. Barea gets the rebound. He had a passel of those yesterday. Barea working on Oliva, now kicking it out to Sanchez. 5 to shoot. Here's Balkman, has the shot blocked by Haka. Oliva trying to shake Barea, shoots the 20-footer. That circles out, but Justiz gets the rebound. Oliva now for three. Haka had the rebound, and it'll be out of bounds to Cuba.
We talked about that last game, Craig, that when a shooter shoots a basket and he misses, does he have the confidence or not to shoot the next one? And I think Oliva, with his shooting touch, if he gets open, he'll shoot it every time.
Yohan Luis for three. We know he's got that kind of range. Another rebound for Justiz. Now Luis working on Barea, and an offensive foul. Luis tries to back down Barea, but bang him off the spot quite like that.
Yeah, when you're a big man these days and you get caught in a mismatch like that, it's hard to not get that call, because not only do you have referees that'll make that call, but you also have the flop artists that will flop on something like that.
Barea misses the jumper. Here comes Oliva to Haka. Now to Justiz, the floater. Ringing, no. Rebound for Ramos.
As Barea walks up on the ref and looks at him.
Oliva bounces off Ramos, and Barea hits the three.
Not sure if that was a flop by Oliva or not. Looked like it hurt.
When you bounce off basically a stone pillar, as Ramos picks up his first foul.
Falta sobre el número 36, Peter John Ramos, su primera. A la línea de los tiros libres por Cuba con el número 2, Jordanis Haka.
I mean, really, wearing white like that, Ramos looks like a column outside of a library or something, or a courthouse. Doesn't he?
Oh, my. He's a big man. And, you know, the fabulous thing about him is he can move with his size.
He really can.
Don't let him fool you. He's not just like slow and.
Yeah, because you and I have both seen guys that are big guys, and they're just kind of in there for the novelty of it.
The George Mirasan. They're just big and can't really run the floor with this guy. We seen a couple days ago where he caught the ball on the sweet spot on the right side, took a dribble and went up.
Mm-hmm. Balkman inside to Ramos. Ramos working on Justiz, and Justiz draws the foul.
Falta el número 00, Javier Justice. Su primera. A la línea de los tiros libres, Peter John Ramos.
Every time Ramos catches it on the inside with an ISO for any postman in this whole tournament, it's like it's epic. I mean, all eyes go down there.
I think Ramos is the only guy in that backboard camera whose head is above the rim.
Nice touch.
Granda to Justiz, facing Ramos. Shot off the glass with the left hand, won't go, but there's the tip. Granda gets credit for that one. Correa inside to Balkman. Balkman with the tough shot. 7-3 now, Puerto Rico. Correa fighting around the screen by Justiz. Oliva pops for three. That's no good.
Love the physicality that both teams are displaying early.
Balkman up off the glass after he let Justiz go by. And it's 9-3. Daniel Scott may be getting ready to call timeout. Cuba has missed its last 8 field goal attempts. Granda for three, that's good.
Big shot for Granda. Kind of reminds me of a Chauncey Billups type of player.
I can see that.
Definitely has control of the ball. He lets the game come to him, and he knocks down his open shots.
There's a look at the three from Granda.
As you know, Chauncey Billups, an NBA champion. Was very present during the NBA Finals on a lot of the broadcasts.
Falta sobre el número 5, Osmero Olivas, su segunda. Hay cambios por Cuba, entra con el número 7.
Oliva picked up a couple of quick fouls, and he'll sit down as
Tiene el balón el equipo de Puerto Rico.
Yasser Rodriguez comes on. Correa gives it up underneath to Ramos, and he goes to the reverse.
We talked about that yesterday, Craig, with the screen and roll. You referenced John Stockton and Karl Malone. Well, it looks like Barea and Ramos has a little thing going on today with those screen and rolls.
Rodriguez. And the three missed by Haka. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Cuba. Actually, a foul call. That's going to be on Sanchez. Ricky Sanchez is first. Rodriguez, stop and go. Justiz to the left hand. Pretty move by Javier Justiz. And it's 11-6, and Puerto Rico turns it over. It'll be Cuba ball.
Justiz with
Three-point lead. Sorry, Lewis.
Oh, just saying Justiz with his first 2 points of the game, 3 offensive rebounds so far.
Granda, catch and shoot three. Balkman the rebound. And Balkman's pass a little too far for Angel Vasallo.
There goes the pads on the LED table.
Cuba with a chance to tie it with a three here. Haka. Luis driving on Ramos. Not sure what happened there. If Ramos got a piece of that as it slipped out of Luis's hand, but Reyes' runner won't go. Rodriguez just left of the elbow, no good. That foul is going to be on Haka, his first. Now Lisvan Valdez comes on. He replaces Haka.
Su primera. A la línea de tiro libre por Puerto Rico con el número 5, José Juan Barea.
Barea to the free throw line. As Cuba already over the limit, 4:20 to play in this first quarter. Everybody thought Barea was only going to get one free throw there. Barea hits the second. And it's a 4-point Puerto Rico lead, 12-8. Rodriguez guarded by Barea. Now out to Granda for three again. Ramos the rebound. That's his third. Now Barea for three. And he'll go to the free throw line for three more. That foul is going to be on Yasser Rodriguez.
With the personnel, here it is once again. The Reggie Miller kick-out leg was where the contact was. But with the personnel that Puerto Rico has in a guy like Sanchez or Ramos, being able to set a screen for guys like Barea to come off of, it's hard for a defender to fight around those big bodies.
Second free throw by Barea is good. He's got one more. Barea hits 2 of 3. And it's 14-8. Rodriguez over to Luis, 8 to shoot. Out to Rodriguez, long jumper, no.
Oh,
boy, it looked like Ricky Sanchez just threw Valdez to the ground to get that rebound. And the Cuban coaches are incensed. Justiz for three, straight through.
And Ramos was there, but just wasn't able to get a hand up. It may be a little hard for him to stretch out there to guard Justiz in the event that he starts to get going on those jump shots.
Justiz has 5 now. The lead is 3. Barea throws it out. Ramos picks it up. Now Sanchez, cross court to Barea. Step aside 3, no good. Ramos tipped the rebound. Now Valdez kick out. Rodriguez, long 2, that's good. Cuba back to within 1, 14-13. We are under 2.5 minutes to play first quarter. Balkman spinning his way to the bucket, lost control of it on the way up. And now Cuba can take the lead on this possession. Valdez from 15, back iron. Justiz the rebound. Goes back up with the left hand, and he gives Cuba the 15-14 lead.
That is
Justiz 5 points, 5 rebounds already.
That is Justiz's 4th offensive rebound.
Vasallo into the corner. Sanchez for three. That's good. Ricky Sanchez gives Puerto Rico the lead back, 17-15.
Sanchez at 6'11". These big guys can shoot a little bit.
That foul is going to be on Peter Ramos, his second.
Por Puerto Rico entra como el número 1 Ramón Clemente y como el número 2 Guillermo Díaz.
So now Ramos will sit down. That shot's good. Guillermo Diaz on for Puerto Rico. They lose 13 inches, substituting Diaz for Ramos. That foul is going to be on Granda. And Vasallo will go to the free throw line, tied at 17. Daniel Scott gets the technical warning.
Referees, they have a tough job in regards to just the amount of complaining or contesting of a call they might make pretty much these days from every time down the floor. It's just a little.
Somebody's complaining about something.
Yeah.
Vasallo hits both free throws. It's 19-17 Puerto Rico. Now, David Huertas comes in. He replaces Angel Vasallo. Granda jets up court. Now kicks it out. Three on the way. Valdez can't hit. Rebound ping-ponged around. Just about stolen by Granda. And a travel. Ramon Clemente couldn't wait to drive into the lane. Problem is, forgot to dribble the ball. Luis zips the pass underneath to Valdez. No good. Wiped out of there by Ricky Sanchez, but Javier Justiz. Oh, beautiful pass from Yohan Luis. Justiz to Luis, and Luis goes behind the back to Valdez. Watch this. Nice pass there, and then that almost looked like it was planned.
Almost like, reminds me of a Charles Oakley type of player. He used to do some of those fancy passes every now and then.
Free throw missed by Valdez.
On that same possession, Justiz picked up his 5th offensive rebound.
Valdez hits the second, and it's a 1-point game. 30 seconds to play, first quarter. Diaz to Sanchez. Sanchez now pulls up along the baseline. That rattles out. Justiz another rebound. He's got 7 points and 7 rebounds in the first quarter. Now the three by Rodriguez no good, and a technical foul for, I don't know if they're going to get him on the flop, or if they gave him the technical for complaining while he was on the floor.
Looked like once he threw his hands up looking towards the referee, that's when he teed him up.
See if we can get a look at it here. Draws the foul, stays down, and now he's sitting on the floor, holding his arms out. Guillermo Diaz hits the free throw.
Mantiene el balón el equipo de Puerto Rico.
And Puerto Rico gets the ball. 3.5 seconds to play. Nice little give and go. 3 on the way, just short. First quarter will come to an end with Puerto Rico on top, 20-18. Back with second quarter action in just a moment. We go to the second quarter with Puerto Rico on top by 2, 20-18. Galindo's 3 misses. And Juan Luis called for the foul on the rebound. That'll be his second. Huertas to his left, and an offensive foul on Huertas. Bustis. That foul is going to be on Jorge Diaz. A couple of quick fouls to start off this second quarter against Puerto Rico. And J.J. Barea all over Michael Weiland from the bench.
Hay falta sobre el número 1, Ramón Clemente, su primera.
Now Clemente picks up the foul. That's his first, so 3 fouls in the first 38 seconds of this second quarter against Puerto Rico. Carl Guzman gets it into Juan Luis. Tried to shoot it up over the outstretched arm of Jorge Diaz.
Puerto Rico. Hay tiempo solicitado por Puerto Rico.
And Puerto Rico wants timeout. Kind of an odd place for a timeout here. 9:08 to play second quarter, leading by 2. We're back in a minute in Panama City.
We're going to go 2-3 matchup. And the first pass, we match up with everybody. Whoever's in the paint patches up with whoever in the paint. Oye, todo el mundo, get in here. Yo, we can't be bitching out there with the ref because that's the way they're going to play us in Serbia. They're going to hit you, they're going to throw you. Ref ain't going to say shit. Hey, estoy hablando. No te van a dar nada. Acostúmbrate desde ahora, no llores. Nos vemos más llorando. Vamos a jugar duro allá afuera. Así no nos van a dar nada ya. Y vamos a jugar con equipos peores que ellos. Que te van a pegar y te van a chocar. They're going to hit you much harder. So you accept the challenge or don't play. This is all you got, and this is what we're going for. Let's go, come on, let's go, vamos.
So that timeout by Eddie Caisano Jr. was to tell his team that they need to stop complaining about the officiating.
He said a key phrase there, accept the challenge or don't play at all. Pretty much a pretty strong exhortation.
Heard him reference Serbia. That's the Olympic qualifying tournament coming up. 18 teams will be playing for 3 spots starting on July 4th. About a week after this tournament ends in Belgrade. And Eddie Caisano Jr. says that's the kind of officiating we're going to get when we're in Serbia, so you may as well just deal with it and accept the challenge.
A la línea de los tiros libres, con el número 54, Joan Luis Haití.
So Luis now to the free throw line. Foul was on Jorge Diaz, his
Anótale
second.
primero. Consigue el segundo.
Luis hits them both.
That was the right call. Rodriguez
Hay una
took
falta ofensiva sobre el número 2, Guillermo Díaz.
Diaz.
Su primera.
Trying to turn that corner. That call for the offensive foul.
Rodriguez over to Haka, now Huskies. Huskies has been dominant in this game so far, but he throws that ball away. As the double team came over,
Balón favorable
he was
a
trying to
Puerto
find
Rico.
Yasser Rodriguez.
See some of the crowd starting to file in for the Panama game. It's coming right up after this game concludes.
8 o'clock scheduled start time. Hope you will join us for that one. Guillermo Diaz all the way to the hole. We can get it to fall. Guzman at the other end draws the foul. That's going to be on Alexander Galindo.
Hay falta del número 15.
LED boards have been taking a beating.
I was just going to say.
A la línea de los tiros libres con el número 0, Karel Guzmán.
Guzman will go to the free throw line. First foul on Galindo.
Foul, 7-0 foul.
And now Michael Weiland issues an official bench warning. Puerto Rico. Guzman misses both. And Juan Luis called for the foul.
Balón favorable a Puerto Rico.
That's 3 on Juan Luis. Now Orestes Torres comes in. Guillermo Diaz. Floater. Oh, and there for the dunk is Ramon Clemente. First 2 points for Clemente tonight. Now Justiz from in close, misses with the left hand. Torres out to Rodriguez, and he gets things settled back down. Rodriguez pulls up and strikes. Huertas back the other way, missing. Clemente the rebound. And Haka gets called for the foul. That's his second.
Por Puerto Rico entra con el número 5, José Juan Barea.
Now this bears watching as J.J. Barea comes back on. As Barea has been all over the officials from the bench. Barea loses Rodriguez, gives it back to Diaz. Diaz kicks it out. 3 on the way from Huertas, no good. Haka the rebound. Rodriguez back the other way. He drives on. Barea goes off the glass and in. Beautiful drive by Yasser Rodriguez. He's got 8. Barea into the corner for Galindo. Now back out the other way. Clemente for 3. Rebound back tapped by Diaz, taken by Barea. Barea now drives the lane. He goes high off the glass. No. Ball out of bounds, and it will be Cuba ball.
Hay cambios por Puerto Rico. Entra con el número 3, Michael Rosario.
Barea has some good floor speed. The hesitation up top, before you know it, he's in the lane making a move.
Michael Rosario on now for Puerto Rico. Three on the way from Haka, no good. And Orestes Torres is going to get called for the foul. Made contact with the lower body on the rebound attempt.
Hay falta el número 34, Orestes Torres.
We're tied at 24. 5:40 to play, second quarter. Barea tips the pass inside, touch pass. Cuba had it defended. Now Barea, 7 to shoot. Rosario for 3. Missed that one badly left. Shot clock down to 2. I don't know if it was just me, but it seemed like that shot clock sat at 3
Hay falta sobre el número 5.
for a while.
Osmel Oliva, su tercera. Hay cambios por Puerto Rico. Entra con
Now that
el número
foul
13,
on Osmel Oliva for Cuba, that's his third. Jorge Diaz sits down for Puerto Rico. Balkman back on. Juan Luis back up with 3 fouls, getting set to check back in.
Doesn't look like he's going to check in for Oliva since he's a big man. Leaving Oliva in there could be very gutsy with only halfway through the second quarter.
And other than Rodriguez, Cuba
Travel.
doesn't really have much of a way of point guards. And Rodriguez has 2 fouls.
Balón favorable a Puerto Rico.
Murray is one of those guys who plays like he's got a chip on his shoulder at all times.
Oh, yes.
You love him if he's on your team, but if you're playing against him, he's one of those guys who can just irritate you.
Definitely with so much experience.
Galindo, the catch and shoot three-pointer.
Alex Galindo.
28-24 now Puerto Rico. Luis Torres, he shoots it from a bad angle. Now Balkman, he gets it to go and he draws the foul, and I think that's going to be on Oliva. It is, and that is the 4th foul on starting point guard Osmel Oliva. And Cuba wants timeout. 4:23 to play, second quarter. Puerto Rico on top by 6.
Oh, that hurts.
Yep.
Contrólate tú mismo piensa lo que tú tienes que hacer. No puedo hacer nada, paso el balón y vuelvo a jugar. Hay que estar desesperado por meter una canasta. Cada vez que nos hagamos correr, van a correr y no van a sacar mi punto. Hay que jugarlo obligado, que jueguen parados. 2 o 3, ¿cuántos rebotes van a seguir cogiendo ellos ofensivos? Y el perímetro, que todo el perímetro le están cogiendo los rebotes. El perímetro. Todo el mundo tiene que bloquear si lo hablamos. A la ofensiva allí hay que mover. Entra Ligán para la zona. Entra Iván por Oliva. Sí, ahora es igual. Pero hace falta ahí mover la pelota. 5 o 6 pasos. Para eso está el reloj arriba. Y aquí seguimos insistiendo. Hay que defender y hay que bloquear el rebote. Bloquear el rebote. Vamos. Vamos. 30-24 in favor of Puerto Rico. Cuba has not scored in over 2 minutes.
Ball out of bounds. It will stay with Cuba.
Mencia, over to Valdez. Both teams unhappy at times with the officiating in this game. I guess if they're both unhappy, that means it's fair. Ronda got it off, but it was no good. Correa gives it to Balkman. Balkman, double clutch, out to Galindo. Long three-pointer, that's good.
Alex Galindo.
Galindo with his second three-pointer. He's got 6. Valdez back to Orestes Torres. His running hook won't go. Barea the rebound. Barea's got 5 boards to go along with 4 assists and 6 points. That was Michael Rosario. And he'll go to the free throw line. Foul is going to be on William Granda, his second. Ray is going to get another assist there. Ray is about as good as they come when it comes to leading somebody on a pass.
Oh, yes. There was one awesome pass that we seen him do yesterday where the man was nowhere in sight. And by the time the pass was made, the man was there.
Steal by Rosario. Barea gets it back, whips the pass out to Galindo. Over to Balkman. Now Barea. Plenty of time for that three. Bang! Daniel Scott wants timeout again. Puerto Rico suddenly up 15. 39-24 with 2:47 to play in the second quarter.
39 para Puerto Rico, 24 para Cuba. Restan 2 minutos 47 segundos de esta primera mitad.
A la ofensiva. No cantan nada ni se juega nada. Y mirarle el reloj para los 24 segundos. Para los 24. Esa uno. Y aquí en la defensa nadie defiende. Todo el mundo está un jugador aquí. Todo el mundo está metido aquí abajo. Se lo dije que ellos todos son tiradores. Fíjate que están enmarañados aquí. No puedo tirar y la sacan para que y tira él. Nosotros llevamos aquí, la queremos tirar. Hay que buscar los jugadores. Ahora Garea solo está ahí. Solo. Pero no cada uno ahora, cada uno defiende todo. Cada uno defiende todo. Cambia de hombre cuando tenga que cambiar. Pero es responsabilidad de cada uno. No contar los jugadores. Ahora 24 y no han metido una pelota.
Daniel Scott pretty animated during that last timeout as he finds his team suddenly down 15. Puerto Rico on a 15-0 run. The past almost 4 minutes. In that stretch, Michael Rosario, Alexander Galindo have 12 of those 15 points. Valdez misses. Balkman tracks it down. Correa over to Galindo for three. Bang!
Alex Galindo.
Third three-pointer for Galindo. He's got 9. That ties Barea for game-high honors. That three is good by William Granda.
Three-point shootout here in the second quarter.
Lead was 18. It's back down to 15. Correa on the screen by Balkman. And
a little bit of movement there by Balkman. Can't lean into the man. You have to stand still.
Carl Guzman on now. Take a look at this here. Yeah, he definitely leaned into him. Took a full step. Second foul on Balkman. Now Hustiz fades away. We haven't seen Peter Ramos in quite a while. Haven't needed to see him. only played 8 minutes and 23 seconds in this first half. Justiz had been dominating while Ramos was in there. Correa kicking it out to Sanchez, and he gets tripped by Yasser Rodriguez, and that's going to be 3 on Rodriguez.
Got to get him out of there.
Yasser Rodriguez, su tercera.
Yeah, but who plays point? Oliva's got 4.
A la línea de los tiros libres por Puerto Rico con el número 11, Ricky Sánchez. Anótenle primero. Consigue el segundo.
Back up to 17, 44-27. 1:10 to play second quarter. Guzman, Juan Luis, stolen away. Correa, accelerating to the dish, lays it in.
Now, that's an NBA player for you right there. A nice in and out move and to the basket.
Granda answers with the three-pointer. Oh, Rosario draws the foul while he's in the air. That's going to be on Granda. That'll be his third. Now they took one of the fouls off the board for Rodriguez. Not quite sure what that was about.
Looks like they just awarded it to Granda.
Well, yeah, he was just called for the foul, but that previous foul on Rodriguez was his third. I don't know why they pulled that off the board.
En la línea de los tiros libres con el número 3, Michael Rosario.
Rosario misses the first.
In and out on the second.
Spun right out of there. Guzman to Luis, throws it to Justiz. Justiz has it blocked by Clemente. And the foul is going to be on Ricky Sanchez. That'll be his second.
Falta sobre el número 1, Ramón Clemente, su segunda.
Beg your pardon,
A
they
la
called
línea
it
de
on
tiros libres, Javier Justiz.
Clemente. I thought I saw Michael Weiland hold up 2 fists to signal 11.
Anota el primero.
So that is on Clemente. He's who had the block. That is the second foul on Clemente. Justiz misses the second. He's got 8.7 rebounds. Granda leads Cuba with 11. Correa leads Puerto Rico with 11. Go along with 5 points, or 5 assists and 5 rebounds.
Oh!
5 left. And Rosario goes down hard. Granda at the other end, off the glass won't go. The putback won't count. And Rosario slow to get up after that acrobatic attempt. We're going to get a look at it here. Has the shot blocked. And I think he got his fingers in the net on the way down. At any rate, the second quarter comes to a close as Granda
En la línea de los tiros libres con el número 10, William Plata.
has a pair of free throws. I didn't see what happened here.
A Anótele un intento.
Granda hits the second. Not entirely sure why Granda was shooting there.
Finaliza
Now we go to halftime
con ventaja de Puerto Rico, 46.
with Puerto Rico on top by 14, 46-32.
46 para Puerto Rico, 32 para Cuba. Finaliza esta primera mitad.
Bit of a mysterious end to the second quarter, but it's Puerto Rico on top, 46-32. Let's look at some of the numbers on this one. Puerto Rico, 8 of 20 from two-point range for 40%. Cuba, 7 of 24 for 29%. Puerto Rico, 6 of 12 from beyond the arc. Cuba, 4 of 13 for 31%. Puerto Rico, 12 of 18 from the free throw line. Cuba, 6 of 12. Cuba, 3 more rebounds. Points in the paint favor Puerto Rico 16-8.
Rebounding about even. Puerto Rico with 20, Cuba with 9. Puerto Rico with 6 offensive rebounds, and Cuba with 9.
I'm still trying to figure out what happened at the end of the second quarter. The online play-by-play does not show it on our stat program.
Puerto Rico with 6 turnovers. First half, Cuba with 5.
Barea leading in all categories for Puerto Rico, 11 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. Granda, 12 points. Javier Justiz, 7 rebounds. Van Valdez has 2 assists. As we look at all the scoring numbers, Clemente, 2 points for Puerto Rico. Guillermo Diaz has 1. Michael Rosario, 6. Barea's 11. Vasallo has 2. Jorge Diaz, 3. Ricky Sanchez, 5. Ronaldo Balkman, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Alexander Galindo, 9 points on 3 three-pointers. And Peter Ramos, 4 points, 3 rebounds. For Cuba, Javier Justiz, 8.7 boards. Jordanis Yaca, 1 point. Yasser Rodriguez, 8 points. William Granda, 12 and 5 rebounds. Van Valdez, 1 point. And Yohan Luis with 2. This is our 3rd game of the day in Panama City, 4th day of play. Games already in the books today. Virgin Islands defeated Costa Rica by the score of 75-68. Dominican Republic beat Mexico 82-69. And then coming up at 8 o'clock, it's Panama and Nicaragua. The first half highlights, Louis Shine will walk us through.
Well, we just missed a three-pointer by J.J. Barrera where Ramos set a hard screen. Here's Granda. Also a step-back three-pointer. J.J. Barrera with a great pass to Peter Ramos there in the paint. Rodriguez with a pass to Justiz with the lay-in. Justiz stepping on the outside. Shoot that sweet left-hand jumper, knocking it down. And Ramos again.
Lucas Vargas.
Left side sweet spot jump shot. Clemente cleaning up a miss with the slam dunk. Correa with another assist. He has 5 on the game. And Galindo with the sweet stroke from the outside NBA range. JJ Barea on the right side with another three-pointer. Leads all scorers with 11 points. And Galindo, another wide open three-pointer, and knocked it down.
That gets us to halftime, 46-32 Puerto Rico. We're back with second half action in just a bit.
They got him pretty cheap. They don't really give up a lot of firepower. Robin Lopez.
I have no idea. What happened down there? Be asking what he thought about the play when Rosario went up against Ortiz on the foul. Think it was clean?
I mean, I don't know, 50-50. You know. What do you think?
I'm kind of the same boat. Good, you. Good tournament. I think that's the first time I've ever been asked that by an official. I'm honestly trying to remember the play now.
I'm trying to remember it too. I didn't know what to say really.
Yeah, that's why I looked at you.
I kind of remember it, but
Back to the action in Panama City, third quarter of the third game of the day. Puerto Rico taking a 46-32 lead into halftime.
Balón favorable a Puerto Rico.
Put the ball in play while Yasser Rodriguez was still tying his shoe. Ramos now on the block. And I'll tell you, Yohan Luis at 6'7" is not a small guy. He's built. And Peter Ramos just pushed him out of the way like he was pushing a shopping cart.
Yeah, like he was a point guard or something. That's an unfair advantage.
Pointer up and good. Granda hits for 3. He's got 15 now. The lead down to 13.
Granda 4 for 6. 4 for 7, excuse me, the three-point line.
Ramos working on Bustiz. Bustiz provided a little more resistance than Luis did, but Ramos still able to back him down and get the easy look.
Now, Craig, it looks like Puerto Rico has one clear and simple strategy to come out into the second half. It's go down low.
Ramos forces the miss by Bustiz. Ramos now with 8 points.
Let's see if they go back down to him on this next possession.
You got the shooter. He's the shooter, B.
Rodriguez pops for 3. Too strong. Balkman comes away with the rebound. Correa, left side.
There it is again.
Yep. Instead, he kicks it out. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound Haka.
Inside out is the best way to play basketball, especially when you have some bigs down low.
You heard Ramos communicating to his teammate, pointing out the screen. As you would expect, he's got a deep, booming voice. I think it would be funny if he had a high, squeaky voice.
Oh, yeah, that would be hilarious. Oh.
Yeah, and Yohan Luis shoves away Ronaldo Balkman with the left hand, and that's going to be foul number 4 on Yohan Luis. So Luis has 4 and Oliva has 4. 2 starters for Cuba with 4 fouls early in the third quarter. Granda also has 3. Still wonder how Rodriguez had that foul taken off the board. And now an offensive foul on Peter Ramos. Knocks over Granda. Granda gets up laughing.
I think Ramos walked
Here it
away.
is.
A little bit of a flop.
A little bit of a flop there, but Ramos definitely got him with the backside.
This is the first time I've ever seen Ramos smile.
Yeah.
Usually don't see a smile from the beast.
And a foul before the drive.
Falta del número 8, Ángel Vasallo Colón, su primera.
Foul is going to be on Vasallo, his first. Jump shot by Luis, no good. Rebound Balkman. 5 boards now for Balkman. Cuba has not scored since the 9:16 mark of this quarter. Ramos and Bustiz battling. Ramos fades away. Pretty shot, came up short. Now Granda driving. Ramos, bigger pardon, that's Ricky Sanchez. Going after that rebound. Granda, 16 points, 6 rebounds for Cuba. Barea leading Puerto Rico with 11 points. He and Balkman each have 5 rebounds. Barea also with 7 assists. Granda for 3. That circles out. Balkman another rebound. Love Balkman's game. He's a tough guy. He does all the little things. As Barea scores to give him 13.
He's looking for the foul off of that.
Does all the little things, does Balkman. Now Hustiz with the athletic play. Hustiz now with 10. Cross-court pass from Barea. What court vision by J.J. Barea. Sanchez couldn't connect on the 3. Now Rodriguez to Haka. Pass a little too hot for Haka. That floater no good. Oh, and it goes off of Cuba out of bounds. It'll be Puerto Rico ball.
Entra con el número 15, Alex Galindo.
Galindo comes on for Sanchez. Now Orestes Torres comes in.
Y con el equipo de Cuba, con el número 34, Orestes Torres.
He's going to replace Yohan Luis. Luis stayed in for a while after he picked up that 4th foul. But he's a veteran. He knows how to play with fouls. Barea. Ramos. Wow, that's about the 4th time we've seen Ramos with his back to the basket make a reverse layup. Javier Hustiz played good defense on him, actually. Poked the ball out of there. Now Hustiz fades away. Oh, what a great shot by Hustiz.
Good mini matchup here going on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now Balkman goes up and jams it home with 2 hands.
See, Greg, that's what happens. They were anticipating and looking for that ball to be dumped down to Ramos, and we had another man cut down the middle and got rewarded.
17-point lead for Puerto Rico. 56-39, 4:25 to play third quarter. This has been fun watching these two bigs.
Here's that pass. Two-hand jam.
I can't think of whose game Balkman reminds me of. He doesn't do any one thing particularly great, but he does a lot of things very well. And he's a smart player, too.
Maybe like a Sharif Abdul-Rahim or a somebody along those lines. Al Horford.
Vasallo sits down. Clemente comes on. Actually, Balkman will be sitting down. It's Vasallo up talking with Coach Eddie Caisano Jr. Balkman sits down. 6 points, 6 rebounds in just over 17 and a half minutes of action. Free throw good by Granda, 56-40. And now 56-41. Big Biggest lead of the game for Puerto Rico has been 19. It's 15 now. Sayo, Barea. Calls for the screen from Ramos. Hops for the three. Bang! Back up to 18, 59-41. Barea's got 16. I don't know if I'd quite call that a pick and pop from Barea after he went around the screen from Ramos. Their scoring for Cuba is Orestes Torres, his first two on the night. Now Barea penetrates all the way, gives it to Clemente, and the nice finish by Ramon Clemente.
Barea 3 from 4 from the three-point line and has just eclipsed his 10th assist.
Now Justiz bowls the defender over.
Hay una falta ofensiva sobre el número 00, Javier Justiz, su segunda.
Look at Ramos pick up Barea. I think he was picking up one of his kids.
Yeah. Barea reached his hands up, and Ramos reached down and picked his body up.
Hay cambios por Cuba. Entra con el número 36, Joel Cubilla.
Seems like that was a little bit of a flop.
Well, it was on Barea, I thought, but Justiz definitely bowled the defender over. Timeout, Puerto Rico. 3 minutes exactly to play third quarter. Puerto Rico on top by 18.
3 minutos de este tercer periodo.
Mira, pite. No, tú vas del lado acá. Pítela aquí. ¿Verdad? JJ, right here with the ball. Está aquí con la bola. ¿Está bien? Pase la cortina. Ramon. It's like a double pick. Stagger screen here. Stagger screen right here. ¿Está bien? Y Galindo. Galindo va a estar. Galindo aquí. Vasallo. I'm setting that pick. Galindo lo busca. ¿Está bien? Lo vamos a buscar. Pero, when that happens, nos miramos ahí y buscamos a Vasallo. Lo tenemos en lado contrario. Tenemos a Peter aquí. Tiene esta opción con él, que es un pequeño con él. Inmediatamente we turn and we get a stagger screen. Going again. No, mira, la primera opción, vamos a usar este de Domi primero. Y lo buscamos. La segunda, buscamos el stagger screen, pero te viene el culo para que ataque. Exacto, dos veces corrida. Hey, Ramón y Peter con JJ here. Galito acá. Aquí él. ¿Está bien? Lo va a buscar. Lo buscamos después de la cortina y después tenemos un stagger screen. ¿Ok?
61-43, Puerto Rico leading Cuba. Puerto Rico really just putting on a clinic right now. There he pick you up there, little fella.
Balón favorable a Puerto Rico.
Ramos can't find a parking spot. He just bends over and picks up a car and moves it like that. Ramos whips the pass across to Galindo. He drives and draws the foul.
Falta sobre el número 10, William Granda, su cuarta falta.
I mean, we talked earlier about seeing big, powerful players. Shaquille O'Neal. But I have never seen anybody move bodies the way that Peter Ramos can do it. And the way he handles the ball. He whips those one-handed passes across the court, and it's like you or I throwing a wiffle ball.
Yeah, he's definitely unique at what he does. Like, we've seen a lot of big players over the years in the NBA, but I've never seen a guy this size in person. Definitely has a ton of skill, has touch, can shoot the ball, can move, has post moves down low, can shoot free throws.
Yeah, he's got a nice touch to his shot. Joel Cubilla in now for Cuba. He's 6'8", and he's got to guard Peter Ramos. He's got to be thinking to himself, you got to be kidding me, right?
Falta el número 7, Yacer Rodríguez.
Now Rodriguez picks up his third foul.
A 22.
See, now that's what I thought. The table held up the card saying is fourth. They inadvertently took that off the board. And the public address announcer said that was his third as well. Now, Ramos, another back to the basket reverse. He's got 12.
The Ramos and Barea connection in this second half. I mean, he moves like he's 6'10", 6'8". And it's not powerful dunks. It's finesse reverse layups.
Yeah.
When he can just put the ball down, he just finger rolls it into the basket.
Well, there's a dunk.
Oh! He heard us talking about him.
He said, I'll show you a finesse reverse layup. Guzman tried to lay it up over Ramos, missed. Ball goes out of bounds. That'll stay with Cuba.
Barea with 11 assists. Most of those to Ramos off of those pick and rolls.
It's a 20-point lead. Now Torres up over Ramos. Nope. Ramos the rebound. Here comes Barea.
Oh.
Floor monster got Barea. Cubilla goes up. Ramos says no way. Galindo for three.
Oh, nice
But
tip.
Barea tips the rebound, says I'll take it back, and now they're going to work it back around. Puerto Rico just putting on an absolute clinic. Barea, step back three. Missed it as the shot clock expired. 20-point lead for Puerto Rico. Now a three on the way from Valdez, no good. Now Galindo, a little bit too far for him. Ooh, and our camera guy trying to save the ball and then save himself.
Now I wonder how.
Look at that block by Ramos. Cubilla went up and just said, nope.
I wonder how far he can throw a football. I mean, he threw that with just no effort.
Wonder how far he could throw you or me.
Oh, my. I mean, he's probably bench pressing around 500 pounds.
I don't know.
Oh, man.
Quite that much. Puerto Rican fans chanting Peter, Peter as he came to the bench. 5 left on the clock. I don't know if Torres is watching. He is, gets it off. Oh, pretty shot there by Orestes Torres at the end of the third quarter. 18-point lead, though, for Puerto Rico, 67-49. We head to the fourth in Panama City. Jay Barea with the double-double, looking younger than his 31 years there. He will be turning 32 in 4 days. He hopes to be playing for the gold medal for a birthday present, day early. Pretty floater there by Michael Rosario. Rosario's got 8. Back to 20. Valdez up high, and that rolls off. Justiz with the follow. Justiz has 14 and 7 rebounds. Make it 8 rebounds. Another bucket by Rosario, and he's got 10. 4 players in doubles for Puerto Rico. Rosario 10, Barea 16, Galindo 11, and the beast Ramos with 14.
Ramos and Barea had that connection. Pick and roll. Down pat. All that third quarter.
Torres will go to the free throw line. Foul was on Jorge Diaz. Three-point play brings Cuba back to within 17. Galindo around Sanchez, back out to Sanchez. Thought about the three, driving on Justiz, kicking it out. Now that three rings off. And Justiz the rebound. I'm really impressed with the game of Javier Justiz. He's really developed in the last year. Just 23 years old. He's trimmed down, gotten leaner, gotten stronger.
Hey, Ramon, match up. You got the shooter over there. Vente, Galindo. Mike, match.
He's doing pretty well today. 14 points, 8 rebounds. With still 8 minutes to go.
Done very well this whole tournament. And playing against the bigger Ramos and Sanchez as well. Sanchez is no small guy at 6'11". There you go. Ramos and Barea sitting next to each other on the bench.
The power team.
That's just unbelievable.
Got some young fans filing in.
Yeah. In anticipation of the Panama-Nicaragua game coming up at 8 o'clock. Pass a little too far for Rosario. 8 minutes to play in the game. Rosario step back jumper. That's a long 2. Justiz goes down after spinning off of Sanchez. Rosario for 3. Bang! He's got 15. The lead is 22.
They come down one possession. They try to put the nail in the coffin, and Cuba comes back, pulls the nail out. And then Rosario just put another one in there. See if they can keep it in.
Valdez driving on Sanchez. High off the glass, no. Guillermo Diaz gets the rebound. Up ahead to Galindo for 3. Bang! And Cuba wants timeout. Puerto Rico rolling. They lead by 25.
Eso, todos son tiradores,
Oye,
no podemos
pero
esperar.
estoy diciendo que cada uno tiene que montarse como jugador. Aparte de la pantalla, ustedes, oye, no se comunican. No se comunican. Pantalla, fondo, lo que sea. Ahí, pero hay que comunicarse en la defensa. Los jugadores le meten canasta, le meten. No vamos, vamos. Vamos pendientes, mira que el tiempo ahí, vamos. No, esto se juega a defensa. Hay que defender con defensa. Defensa y defensa ahí para poder correr. Porque ahí no dejan jugar ahí. Ellos tiran fácil, nosotros no podemos tirar fácil. Ellos se llevan defensa, ustedes no pueden defender. Las ganas que tiene todo el mundo aquí. Cojones.
There's that long three-pointer from Rosario. A three from Galindo. Bang, bang, and bang.
Nice
Torres from in close.
Para Orestes Torres.
The news about Derrick Rose is spreading like wildfire. We got a little word earlier, but now it's all over. People are saying Phil Jackson has committed robbery.
Rosario gives it up underneath. The pretty assist. He's not going to get credit for the assist, but a nice drive and dish under the bucket to Ramon Clemente. Clemente now with 6. Just a tremendous performance by Puerto Rico in this game after they came out and laid an egg in their opener against Panama, losing by 23. They beat Nicaragua 98-57, and they are putting it to Cuba right now. Galindo, that rattles out. Torres the rebound. And Cuba, after a couple of impressive wins over Antigua and Nicaragua, a little bit of a step up in competition here in Puerto Rico. Orestes Torres now with 11 points. Oh. But Orestes, or rather Javier Justiz, is showing that he can indeed play with the big boys.
Puerto Rico with some nice jerseys. They're like Olympic ready.
That's what they're hoping for. Heading to Serbia, July 4th for the Olympic qualifying tournament. Rosario now, 16 points. He's tied J.J. Barea.
Scanning the crowd, we've seen a few NBA jerseys over the last few days.
Consigue el segundo.
Have a LeBron James fan over.
Yeah, a lot of Cavs jerseys the other night. 83-61. Coming up on 5 minutes to play. Torres faked the three, got it over to Haka. Torres now the jumper. Nice feed from Rosario to Clemente. 85-60. Biggest lead of the game.
I have to say, Craig, I didn't think that this game here particularly will be out of hand by 25 points.
I didn't either.
Thought it would have been a lot closer.
Brian Díaz. Su cuarta falta.
Barea and Ramos likely done for the
A la
night.
línea los tiros
Barea,
libres con el número 00.
16 points,
Javier
11
Justice.
assists, and 6 rebounds. Ramos, 14 points, 5 boards. Gonna let some of the younger Bucks take over.
Barea has a way about him where he gets these rebounds.
Yeah. He'll run in underneath and pick up a loose ball off the floor that has come down off of the rim. It's like he steals rebounds.
I mean, last game alone, he had 7 rebounds.
Rosario, no good. Justiz the rebound. He's got 17 points, 9 rebounds now. Rodriguez off the glass. Nice bucket by Rodriguez. Created a little contact, gave himself some space, and kissed it off the glass. Oh, pretty move by Guillermo Diaz. Saw a seam, split the defense, scored.
Diaz has a lot of explosiveness, especially as we've seen him last night, getting high in the air, dunking the ball.
Hay una falta sobre el número 34, Orestes Torres.
Now an offensive foul against Orestes Torres, his second. Osmel Oliva has fouled out. Yasser Rodriguez, now they've got his 4th foul up on the board. Granda has 4, and Yohan Luis has 4. Probably will not see Yohan Luis again. 34-year-old, 24-point game.
Falta sobre el número 34, Orestes Torres. Su tercera.
Torres,
Hay
another
cambios.
foul.
Por Puerto Rico entra con el número 8, Ángel Pasallo.
Galindo sits down. Angel Vasallo comes back on. Diaz, left side to Rosario.
Oh.
Jorge Diaz gets tangled up with Istvan Valdez and goes to the floor. First foul on Valdez.
See Galindo there, sitting next to Coach. Finished 4 for 6 from the 3-point line tonight. 14 points overall.
Nice give and go from Diaz to Diaz. Jorge to Guillermo. 89-63. Justiz, the turnaround fadeaway. Pretty shot from Javier Justiz. And he's got 19. Well, he got him for 18 up on the board, but he's got 19.
Falta del número 35, Lisbán Valdés, su segunda. A la línea de los tiros libres por Puerto Rico con el número 3, Michael Rosario.
That foul on Lisman Valdez, his second, and Rosario goes to the free throw line. Rosario, 17 points off the bench for Puerto Rico. Galindo, 14 off the bench.
Anota el primero.
Rosario now 18. There's a look again at Barea and Ramos.
Their work today is done.
Yes.
2 of the other 4 players in double figures for Puerto Rico tonight.
Consigue el segundo.
Free throw by Rosario is good. He's got 19 now. Ties Justiz with game high honors. Ronda, pull up 3-pointer. Bang!
De 3 con el número 10, William Granda.
2.5 minutes to play. Puerto Rico on top, 91-68. Ronda has 20. Let's go along with 7 rebounds. Javier Justiz, 1 point and 1 rebound away from a 2010 game. Tough shot there by Ramon Clemente. Now he's got 10. Just a tremendous job off the bench for Puerto Rico. Clemente with 10, Rosario with 19. And Galindo with 14. Foul on Masayo, his third.
Granda at the line, he's 5 of 8 from the three-point line. He's been shooting the lights out today.
Granda's first free throw barely ticks the front of the rim. Inside 2 minutes to play. Don't forget, coming up at 8 o'clock, it's Panama and Nicaragua for our 4th and final game of the 4th day of group play. 4 more games tomorrow, starting at 12:45. We'll have Bahamas and Mexico. That'll be a good one. Then at 3, Dominican Republic and Virgin Islands. That will also be a good one as Rosario scores again. He's got 21. And at 5:45, Antigua and Puerto Rico. And then at 8, Cuba and Panama. Torres for 3. A little too strong for Orestes Torres. Rosario from the baseline, and he can't miss.
This lead is at 28 points.
Four more games tomorrow in group play, followed up Friday. With the classification round. We'll have both semifinals, then the 5th place game and the 7th place game. All those opponents still yet to be determined. And then on Saturday, June 25th, we will have the 3rd place game and the championship game. Still a lot more basketball to be played here in Panama City. Now Yasser Rodriguez fouls out with 32.5 to play. After we finish our games tonight, partner, we'll be more than halfway done with this tournament.
That's amazing. It starts to go pretty fast. I mean, it seems like we just got here this morning and the 3rd game's about to be over.
30 points the lead, 99-69. About 5 seconds difference between the shot clock and game clock. And will Puerto Rico try to hit the century mark? Rosario, he wants to. He's being hounded by Mencia, and Mencia commits the foul.
He'll definitely have his opportunity to not only add to his totals, but to take his team over the century mark.
Pretty close to the tournament high in scoring. Cruz had 27 for Mexico. And the Puerto Rico fans chanting 100 in Spanish. And Rosario gives it to him. 100-69. Just a complete domination make it 101 for good measure. And Puerto Rico defeats Cuba 101-69, an absolutely dominating performance. J.J. Barea with some nice words for Javier Justiz. Ramos and Justiz embrace. A lot of respect there. A lot of respect for Peter Ramos and J.J. Barea and what they have accomplished at the international level. Multiple tournament gold medals, Pan American Games, Central American Championships. (101-69) the final. We've got one more game coming up starting at 8 o'clock. We will be back on air in about 15 minutes. For my partner, Louis Shine, I'm Craig Feta. So long for now.
Con el equipo de casa, el equipo de Panamá. Inicio de partido. Vale la cara. De tres. 2 puntos. 2 más. De tres. 2 más. Maravillas. Vale la ganada. Final. De Vale la cara. Vale. Dos puntos.